Hi, Katie.
Hi, Ryan.
So, I just want to start off by saying that we are re-recording like the last 10 minutes of what we recorded because my microphone wasn't working. So it's just Katie dominating the podcast.
Yeah, which I think listeners, would have been happy about that.
I don't know.
Just for one episode. I mean,
just Katie talking to herself.
Yeah,
basically.
basically, exactly. But that's okay. We know what we're talking about.
We
so
do.
Let's just do this again.
Let's do it again. And I mean, it's going to be the first time for everyone else, right? And there's something special for that. I don't even know what I just said.
Okay, well, first of all, we are recording in a different place today.
We are in Toronto.
We are off the longest road in the world.
Yeah, and
did you know that?
Yeah, I think I did know that.
Yeah, it's the longest street in the world.
Goes like in different cities and stuff.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And the whole world. And the world's a big place.
Is it the longest in the world?
In the world.
Should we fact check Katie Jones?
Okay.
Is that fake news?
Hey, Siri. What is the longest road in the world? Oh, what?
Fake news, Katie Jones.
The Pan American Highway. No.
Katie's now debating Google, so that's what we've come to.
Okay, listen. Until 1999, the Guinness Book of World Records repeated the...
So 20 years ago.
Okay,
whatever. I think it's the longest in Canada. Road.
North America.
Maybe. That could be. Who knows? So,
I've never even heard of the Pan America Highway.
No?
No.
I thought you're the traveler. You're the millennial traveler.
Yeah, I don't travel America, though.
Okay. So.
Yes.
So we're hanging out here, and it's a nice little setup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice change. It's a very cute place.
Aww.
So I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy that you're here with me.
I'm slouching again.
Oh, don't slouch.
Okay. Can you believe that Christmas is here and
well, in a couple of weeks.
December's here.
December is here. I mean, I think that it's crazy that it's officially been a year of you and I recording the podcast.
That's true.
We started recording late November of 2018. And around that time is when you actually met your boyfriend, right?
That's crazy. Oh my God, it's going to be 2020. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because this will be our second Christmas together.
You and I?
Oh, yeah, you and I, and Jeff, and my boyfriend and I.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
And we're now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Google Play.
We're, already plenty episodes into the 30 range mark.
We're one of the most listened to podcasts created.
Ever. In the history of podcasts. No, that's fake news.
That's fake news.
But...
I have a
we have listeners around the world.
I have a random question for you. Do you think that Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas will be as popular in 20 years as it is right now?
20 years from now? No.
No?
I don't think so. I think for the next couple of years, maybe even the next decade, yes. And I think this year it will go number one. I'm calling that now.
Okay.
Sorry if by the time that this is up, if she's already achieved the number one, congratulations. Because it's the 25th anniversary of that album. So She's kicked into overdrive. You may have seen her on Instagram promoting this because surprisingly enough, I just found this out the other day. That single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, which obviously all of us knows, and she makes a ton of money from what I've seen on royalties.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I think she could buy a house off of the royalties that she makes every year off that song.
What kind of house, though? Like a Mariah Carey house?
That's a good question.
Or I'm
going to Google this right now, but surprisingly enough, that single has never been number one. It actually, from what I've heard, yeah.
I find that shocking.
Yeah.
I think that's fake news, just like Young Street.
I heard it on another podcast that, I think it peaked last year because back then, I don't think it was as big of a hit because there's so much competition and you know what I mean? Whereas now it's become streaming. Streaming's huge,
well,
right?
It's also become gimmicky. Before, she was probably serious when she came out with it.
Yeah.
And now it's just kind of like the Christmas song.
Yeah, look, it even comes up as a Google result. Mariah Carey royalties from All I Want for Christmas. So, with global sales of over 16 million copies, the song remains Carey's biggest international success and the 11th best-selling single of all time. As of 2017, so 2017 would have been, if it's 25 years in 2019, would have been 23 years. 23 years of the single. The song was reported to have earned $60 million in royalties.
Oh my
60
God.
million. So do you want to know if she's the main writer on this? Yeah, songwriters Mariah Carey and Walter Alphancieff. So Walter and Mariah are rolling in the cash every year.
They are.
Merry Christmas to them.
They're doing just fine. I wonder if she donates any of her royalty money to charities. What do you think?
I'm sure she has some causes.
That's very optimistic of you.
But I just want to let our listeners know that what we're talking about today, because we kind of love to go on tangents.
Yeah, that's true.
We're talking about dating in the modern age, so modern romance. Everything from long distance dating to sending nudes.
Explicit content.
Yeah, so it's time to buckle up. This is going to be a very fun episode.
And enjoy the ride.
Woo!
Okay, I can't do long distance dating.
Wait, I had a story for you real quick.
Oh, okay, tell me.
I ran into this cute guy yesterday in the dog park, and I think we're married. I'm basically in love.
Okay, so how did that happen? Did you just like walk up to him? Because that is something you would do. Like, hi,
No.
I'm Ryan.
He had a cute husky, and you know, my dogs were playing with his dog, and there was someone else who also had a half husky dog, and we were all kind of chatting. But it was interesting. Whenever he'd be chatting with the other guy, he'd like look at me and try to get me into the conversation as well, because I was watching the dogs too. Like they're playing, and I want to make sure they're okay.
No, you were just like, fine, you're not talking to me, then I'm not going to engage.
No.
It's probably like, why is this guy like looking
Oh
away?
my gosh, he was so cute, and it turns out his name is Ryan too.
Oh, did you get his number?
No, it turns out that he has a girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, because he ended up saying how he got the dog, and it was because I asked, I was probing because I wanted to find out, because he kept saying we about like living where he lives, like he lives with someone. I'm like, maybe he has a boyfriend. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then he's like, oh no, my girlfriend got the dog with another guy. And then they broke up, and then
So
she
now
already
you and
had the
Ryan
dog.
are just going to be friends.
Yeah, I don't think it's looking very promising.
No, I don't think it is really at all, to be honest. Okay.
So yeah,
Could you do long distance?
I personally think I could, because as long as both people are busy and the trust is there, then what's the problem? There's so much technology now. There's planes, trains, and automobiles. You can see people if you really want to.
You're probably not. Actually, no, I was going to say you're probably not going to get on a train, but you do get on trains.
I've gotten on a train before.
That's true. Okay, but you say the word trust, and I find that interesting, because when you say that, I think there's multiple aspects of trust when you be doing long distance. Trust in yourself as well, that you're not going to get distracted, or you're not going to stop putting in the effort, or you're not going to have a wandering eye.
That's interesting.
Trust people in general, that they wouldn't try to get with your person.
Wherever they're at.
Yeah. And obviously, trusting your partner.
But it does... Okay, something when we were talking about this topic before we started recording that you mentioned, which I thought was really great.
Thank you.
Was you said that you could maybe do it if you knew that there was an end in sight to long distance. So like, say someone's like doing a degree for a year in Ireland. It's like... Well,
exactly, or something. A year is a long time, but yeah, something like that.
Some
like,
people do it for like 4 years.
You know, with your internship, for example, imagine like you had to go somewhere far away. The internship was in BC, and it was 3 months. That's when I could do it. Like, they're coming back. Or if you've been together for a long time and they have like a temporary job that's making them leave town a lot. That's the case for two people that I know. The husband recently got a new job, and he does a lot of travel. So he's gone for like a week, back for a day, gone for a week, back for a day. But I couldn't just do like long distance. Like, you just live in different places, and neither one of you are willing to like maybe move to where your partner lives. So you just do the long distance thing. Like, I couldn't have a relationship through a screen. I try to avoid them anyways. So...
Fair enough. I feel like also you're a very physical person.
I'm a very needy person. I'm mentally, spiritually. It's like I couldn't.
I think it would be tough. I do think it'd be tough, but I also, what if you really, really loved this person? You met them before the long distance. Would you really like break that apart just because they're going to be a 5-hour plane ride away?
You would try. Of course, you would
yeah.
try. But for me, not just for me, but like relationships are built on experiences and moments together, and the fights and the laughs and all of that. So if you don't have those moments, I think you would definitely, for me, if I was going to do long distance, I would have had to have been in a relationship, a solid relationship, moving forward into that. I don't think that I could like blossom and grow in the beginning it's starting off as long distance.
No, I know what you mean. Like, you'd have to have that already blossomed before they go away.
Yeah, already like solidified.
Yeah.
And so you know each other. I mean, my first serious boyfriend, he lived an hour away, but that's not long distance. That's like see you on the weekends.
Yeah.
But is that long distance?
I think you could say, well, an hour. I think it would have to be at least 2 hours, 3 hours away to be like long distance, because an hour could be in Toronto from one side of Toronto to the next if it's rush hour.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Like, thanks for the fake laugh there. I want to bring up like the new terms in modern dating, and we've talked about, I think before on the podcast, about breadcrumbing.
Yeah, no, we have.
When you kind of like string someone along, you kind of give them hope, but you're really not interested. There's all kinds of new terms that I saw recently via Snapchat. You know, they have those stories sometimes on Snapchat that are like creators or whatever, like magazines or websites, and they create content. So I was going through one, and they had some new terms, and I'm trying to remember some of them. One of them was orbiting, which I'd never heard of.
What's that one?
Orbiting. So it's where you
go around in circles?
No, it's like where you're kind of in touch with someone, and then you stop replying to them, but you reply to their social media. And I've heard this happen like many times, and I feel like it's happened to me too, where they don't reply to your text, but they're replying, you know, a fire emoji on your story, or liking something on your Instagram, or it's a thing.
I don't have a problem with people texting me back. Just saying.
You just don't care?
No, it's just no.
Oh, you mean like people just always text you back?
Exactly.
Must be nice.
I'm the problem with texting back, but
you're pretty good, I feel like, usually, eh?
Really? I'm not.
Well, like no, like yeah. Sometimes you take a while, but you usually will get back, and I feel like it doesn't come from a place of you not caring. It's just that you get busy and you just don't really do, like, you're not really on your phone often.
It's the curse of opening a text message when you know you can't answer it.
Yeah, I do that.
I do that all the time. Like, I'm really busy at work, and I'll see, for example, you'll text, and I'm like, I have 2 seconds to read it.
I like how she uses me as an example.
Well, you are a texter, but I'm like, okay, I do have 2 seconds to read it, so I'll read it, and then it's like right back to work, and then hours go by, and so I'm bad for that. But,
I could see that.
Okay, so there was orbiting, and then there was one.
The dogs are going crazy.
They're so cute.
They're so cute, but they're like wrestling with each other.
They're kissing.
They're brothers.
Not biologically.
Oh, Katie, stop. So what else was I going to talk about? Oh, like other terms?
I think just paper clipping.
Okay. Another term that was on there was paper clipping, which reminds me kind of breadcrumbing. Of breadcrumbing, because they said that paper clipping is where you kind of start like ghosting someone, you kind of start ignoring someone, but you will send them DMs, or you'll kind of send them messages in between to keep them kind of into you. That sounds like breadcrumbing to me.
It also
paper clipping. It doesn't even make sense.
I wonder why people would do it. Like, it makes me think of a couple reasons. One would be like, maybe people just kind of pop in every once in a while because they want to let you know they're still interested, if you were ever interested or something.
Yeah, I think it's an ego thing too.
Yeah, or like selfishness.
Yeah,
like, you know, I know that if I do reach out, I have someone in my life that I don't reach out to anymore, obviously. But when I was younger, I knew that if I reached out to them, they would
respond. So it's like when you'd get lonely kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or the H word.
Ryan, I'm not hungry right now.
She's funny.
I'm witty.
Wow, you're witty.
I'm witty.
Let's keep her around. Let's keep her as the co-host.
Why were you interviewing for new slots?
Well, do you not see that post on the Instagram?
Oh my
I'm just
God.
kidding. I'm just joking.
It would just crash and burn. What would the podcast be?
I know. What would it be without you? I mean, you just bring this spark of energy into my life.
Oh.
I'm very thankful for you.
Oh, let's not get all mushy.
So Katie, I wanted to tell you something before we start going into the section talking about nudes. I ended up buying a month of Tinder Premium.
How much did that cost?
I think it was like $20
for
a month.
Whoa, I can't picture you doing that.
Because I was bored, you know, and I decided that I wanted to be able to see all these people that had liked me, because you can't see like who's liked you unless you swipe and you match. But there's a section where you can see who likes you without having to swipe through all the people. But you have to pay to see it. So I paid the $20 and I went through and like I was like 97% of them I did not find attractive. Oh. So it's like, wow, I swiped through, 65 people.
65?
Well, at the time, because I bought it like a week in or something, because I was like, who are these people? Like, I'm not matching with people when I'm swiping. Like, who are they? And that's why I wasn't matching with them, because I wasn't swiping right on them. And maybe there was like 3 people that I was like really into. And then another feature of it is you can put on there where you want to be located. So I put like Montreal, I put like Vancouver, I put like
where
Sweden.
You want to be located. What does that mean?
It means like where you want to be located on Tinder, so you can see people in that area. So even though I'm in Toronto, I'm seeing all these hot Swedish guys.
Oh.
It's kind of fun to match with them, but the problem is then you see 4,000 kilometers away.
Yeah, it's like,
or 7,000 kilometers away.
That would be a long distance relationship.
That'd be a long distance relationship, and it's like, why am I even getting myself into that? But it was kind of fun,
Are you gonna pay next month?
No, I already canceled it, so that doesn't renew. I just felt like doing it, and I was bored, and I was like, I'm not going to order a pizza tonight, so that's the $20 that I'm going to pay.
There you go. What about Bumble?
I justified it.
Can you do that on Bumble?
I did it on Bumble, too.
Oh, my God.
People are going to judge me. It was $13 on Bumble for a week. Or you could pay 20-something for a month, like Tinder, but I was like, I don't want it.
for a week.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to, or like $12.99 or something. I didn't want to pay for a month on it, and it was, again, similar, where it was like, it wasn't letting me see anyone else in the area. And I think it's because I've probably deleted it and re-downloaded it so many times that they're like, nope. So like a couple hours into it, I couldn't see anyone else for like more than a day. And I was like, I want to see other people, and that's how they get you. And so I could see who was matching with me. I could see more people. That wasn't, in my opinion, this is my opinion, is that it wasn't as worth it. Whereas like Tinder, I find that I'm still matching with people. And there's this thing called Boost. By the way, this is not sponsored. Tinder should be paying us to talk about this. But Boost is where you show up in front of like all these other people that are in the area. Your profile shows up like first. So hopefully you get more matches.
Okay.
So I may try that out. Supposedly Sunday's a good day.
I thought you were totally off the apps.
I was. And then I got bored.
You go up and down.
I go up and down, Because, sometimes it's bored and you want a little bit of an ego boost.
Have you, walked to a local pub or restaurant, sat at the bar and had a beer yet?
No. Katie,
So
did I ever tell you, I can't remember if I said this on the podcast or not. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. I did that in Vancouver. And I think I told you on the phone and you were dying laughing. I tried it in Vancouver and I sat there at the bar and this lady from across the bar gave me the death stare the whole time. Like this.
Oh, so she was like a cranky old bartender?
Yeah, she wasn't a bartender. She was just sitting there.
Oh.
And then I was trying to like flirt, but there was like no one around. So then I started talking to this one guy that would like ended up coming up there. Turns out he works there. He was just sitting there before a shift. And then I'm like, okay, I'll talk to the bartender. And he seemed like he may be gay. Turns out like he at least didn't identify, because I think he said something about a girlfriend or something.
Okay, so it wasn't the right pub and it wasn't the right time.
It was the keg.
Oh.
I know. You probably want... I did try. I actually tried. I went to, like, this other gay bar, and it was all... Like, it was a daddy bar, I guess. So it was all, like, 55 plus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
Maybe not 55 plus. Like, if you can get your pension plan and your benefits, I think that may be a bit older for me. But if it was, like, 40s or 30s, yeah. But it was like 60.
Yeah.
Like,
they were old.
They were, like, younger guys, but you could tell they're into the old... Like, you'd see, like, these 2 white-haired 63-year-olds with, like, this 20-year-old, like, skinny dude that's, like... Clearly into it.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's like a whole demographic
There's a whole demographic, and this was like a daddy bar.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, I don't think that that's my scene, is going to a bar and sitting there and chatting. But hey, I've tried other things. I've gone speed dating. And in today's day and age of technology, that's a pretty big deal. And sometimes I like the person, but they don't like me back. One guy friend zoned me.
Oh.
I liked him a lot, and he put down his friends. Katie, you want me to lead this podcast today? This is where it goes.
So you get to see their answer.
No, like, I just got an email being like, yeah, you got a match, but as friends.
Oh.
But it turned out that we weren't compatible. I saw him on a dating app later, and we're not compatible.
Why?
Because he was the same position as I am.
Oh.
Yeah, because in gay world, you have to think about that.
Yeah, I know. I still find that crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like non-negotiable?
No, there are people that are considered verse, which means they can do either.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't see myself as that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Moving on.
Let's talk about nudes.
Okay, well, nudes are just anyone that takes them with their face in it and sends them out. It's your business, but it's very risky business. That's
so are you judging?
No, I'm not judging. I not one to judge sexuality and sexual preference and all that stuff.
But you're just saying that there's a chance that if it got leaked.
Yeah.
Which is illegal in Canada now. I'm pretty sure you can't just put up people's.
Well, you shouldn't be able to. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's
just, take photos at your own risk. But I think keep your face out of them. Personally, I don't know.
I see that. It's interesting. I was talking about this, a few nights ago with someone that I know, and they were saying that they actually will plan out like photo shoots. Like say they're feeling kind of sexy one day, and they're just by themselves chilling at home, and they're feeling, extra hot, maybe extra thin, maybe extra curvy, whatever it is, and they want to show that off. They'll take a bunch of photos and have them ready in a hidden album, which I didn't even know existed.
How do you not know
I never knew this existed, but you can have hidden albums on your phone, and they have a whole hidden album of their photo shoots of their nudes. And maybe it's in lingerie, maybe it's not a full-out nude. Oh, I think Katie's about to show me hers.
I've had it for years. Mine's called Photo Vault.
The other day, actually, I took one. It wasn't full out nude. It was me in boxer briefs. Sorry for anyone out there who now has that vision in their mind and they don't want to think about it. But I can show you if you want after, Katie.
This just is my bum.
Yeah, like mine's like me just in boxer briefs, but it had this like awesome view in the background. Like I was in a bed, but it had this awesome view, and I'll show you it. Okay. I think it's pretty sexy, and I almost was like, should I post it on Instagram?
Oh, that's risky business again. You think so?
I'll show you, and you can decide.
Would that come across as like thirsty? Am I using that term right?
Yeah, no, it would. I'm proud of you. Look at you with your social media lingo.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, no, it would be thirsty. But hey, I have no shame in my game.
There you go.
I'm a thirsty biatch sometimes.
Biatch.
Biatch.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
That was disturbing.
But yeah, and she said that the person I was talking to also said that it's like an art form.
Well, when we were talking about this before, I agree in the sense of if you look at all of the old photography and painting and everything from centuries ago, they were naked. Women were naked, which also brings me to the classic scene in the Titanic where he paints her naked.
Is she naked?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen clips of the Titanic. I don't know if I've seen the full one.
That's crazy.
Katie's judging. I also don't think I've seen the full Notebook.
That's even crazier.
I know.
I've shown Jeff the Notebook.
Mean Girls?
Grease. No, we should watch Mean Girls though.
Yeah, Mean Girls is great. The other thing about sending nudes is my friend was saying that she will only send nudes to the person, and sometimes they're not full nudes, sometimes it's in lingerie or whatever.
Yeah.
If they've seen her in that setting before. Like they've seen her naked or in. Yeah, but so many people now, I don't know if you've experienced this, but on some of these dating apps, especially Bumble, because you can send photos, guys want it before they've ever even met you. At least with me. And I'm like, no. I'm not going to do that. No, and then
how do they ask?
And then all of a sudden they unmatch me.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah. And
kind of creepy.
Yeah, and it's sometimes they'll send it and sometimes I'm kind of into it, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to send it. And if they ask if I send one, will you send one? I'll say no. I'm not going to trick them. I'll say no because I don't send that. Now, if I was dating someone for a while and you have that trust, yeah, like you said, I probably would send it. I don't know if I'd have my face in it, but all these random people, excuse me, you're not going to take me out for drinks and dinner first and you expect me to just send this?
Not going to trick them.
You got to work for this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think also, no matter what you do, like for a living, for example, I don't think it's a good idea to have explicit photos of you on the internet or at people's disposal.
That's a good point.
But especially if you're someone that strives to maybe be in the public eye or have a podcast, have podcasts or have a very CEO type position.
That's a good point.
Like, I'm not belittling other
No,
jobs,
no.
but I'm just saying those are things that you do have to take into account. Would you ever want that content being exposed and jeopardizing kind of your career or whatever?
It's true. Sometimes I'm jealous of those people that, because I feel like the career that I've always chosen has always been one where you're in the public eye, where you should have.
You love being in the public eye.
But like sometimes, wouldn't it be nice if you were like a gardener or something and you could tweet whatever you wanted because you just really like work in the garden? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like sometimes
You're
I
just
think
there
about this
with your shovel,
like, you know, being
and your flowers,
you know, being on air, being in the TV industry, doing this podcast, and now being in public relations where you can be, you know, some ways the face of the brand, or you can assist people who are the face of the brand. You have to be careful what you're tweeting and stuff, and it's like,
oh, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And it's the same with you.
Well, that's what celebrities talk about all the time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, although I'm in the public eye and stuff, there's no privacy, and they have to kind of like if a celebrity gets divorced, they almost feel forced to write like a statement to their fans and whatever. When normal people, you know, sit with their friends and talk about it or whatever.
100%.
So you lose a lot of your privacy.
Well, because they're a brand.
Ow, I got something on my eye.
Oh, be careful. It's probably because you put your hands on your pants, then you start itching your eyes.
Oh my God, there's nothing down my pants that would make my eyes itchy.
Okay, good. Just clearing that up.
Yeah, let's definitely just clear that up, everyone.
I'm just joking. Have you ever thought about that? Because you've always been in the public eye too, with the different TV roles or different TV jobs and now the podcast. Have you ever thought about that? Like, you kind of have to think more about what you tweet? Because if you don't, Ryan will call you out on it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, I also grew up just probably like you, your parents being like, what you put on the internet will stay with you forever.
That's a really good point.
So when I was 16 and stuff, I definitely put up photos that I've since deleted. But I think I was never as racy as some people.
Yeah. Yeah.
For some reason, Twitter almost has like this, like, you can almost say whatever it's almost like Family Guy, like that you can just almost get away with it.
Yeah.
On Twitter. But yeah, I was just always raised with, it will come back to haunt you if it's not PG, basically.
Yeah.
But I've also been, we were talking about this earlier, the kind of person where I was setting my friend up with one of those Bumble accounts, and it said, do you want to sign up or continue with Facebook?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, but then they'll have access to my information. I'm like, just hit continue with Facebook. Like, I don't really care. Alexa can listen to my conversations, and Facebook can have my PIN passwords. I don't really care. Like, I'm not that important.
No, I know what you mean. I have thought about that too. It's like, people are concerned about privacy, and you don't want everything out there, but at the same time, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, really, out of billions of people, they're going to be focused on me.
Yeah,
like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know,
I'm not that I'm that interesting, but not like, you know what? Just have my info.
Like, I can't remember if we've talked about this, but are you one of those people that puts like the notepad, the sticky note over top of your camera?
do have that.
Okay, and I think I've called you out on this before on the podcast because that's kind of crazy. I think because at the end of the day, if someone wants to watch me through my webcam, whatever, it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty boring. You know?
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm almost contradicting myself, but that one's weird because if these big companies want access to my stuff, like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But you don't want weird, like, junior hackers that, like, figure out,
and,
like how to get in when watching, and they're creepy, or maybe, like, they live around the corner from you. It could become, like, some type of stalker thing.
Interesting.
If Facebook wants it, the big bad Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, you know, eat your heart out. But, like, my weird pervy down the street guy that's figured out a way to get into my computer or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I never thought about it like that. Like, maybe it's a more personal thing.
Yeah.
Remember all those memes that were going around where it's like my FBI agent?
No.
Oh, it was like jokes about like how like the FBI agent would be watching you and like would like send you cute messages. Never mind. Scratch that.
So if I were you, I'd put a little sticky note.
I don't know.
You gotta want people to watch you, don't you?
Anyways. No, I don't know if I don't really want people to watch me. No, I've had like guys, like there's one guy that I matched with online, and he specifically was like, let's meet in a park. I want to do this I want to do this like in public. And I was like, no. He like wanted to like meet up in a park or in a public restroom and like do stuff. I was like, It was the weirdest thing. And
who do you talk to? I feel so out of the game.
I unmatched them. Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
No, that's not my thing.
But like, don't you have your Bumble or whatever like set to
no creeps?
Yeah, like looking for something like long lasting, like no perverts.
People sometimes
welcome?
don't even read your bio. That's the thing. They just swipe on your picture. And
so basically, it's just filled with a bunch of
No. There's some nice people, but you just got to sort through the bunch to find the nice people. I guess.
Meet up in a restaurant bathroom.
It was weird. It was like unmatch, block, maybe even report. I don't know. It's weird. So.
Well, with all of that said and done,
how do you always know when we hit 30 minutes? Is it just because I like kind of hint at it, or do you just know? How do you know? You always know.
It's just a natural vibe. It's just, it just feels right.
Yeah.
I've started slouching again. It's so comfy on here.
I know.
I like it. Okay, well, guys, it's December. It's snowy. It's cold. Santa's coming.
Oh, that's right. It's almost cuffing season. Have you heard about cuffing season?
No.
I'm not going to go on a tangent on it. I'm just going to say that cuffing season is when it gets cold out. I think it may be scientific, but don't quote me. That may be fake news. I don't know. But basically, when it starts to get cold out, people are more likely to get in a relationship. This goes back to evolutionary, like wanting to be with someone to protect you in the cold and warm you up in the cold. And so it's like this thing in November, December. People are like that much more heightened, supposedly, to want to get in a relationship. And it's called cuffing season.
Yeah.
So we are officially well into cuffing season. And then also you maybe want to bring them around family and friends. And it's like this nice jolly time for a lot of people.
Jolly time. Oh, what a nice jolly time we're having. Well, no, that makes sense. Also, people love around the holidays. So yeah. All right. Well, have a wonderful cuffing season.
Happy cuffing season, everyone. Enjoy the snow. Have some hot cocoa. And
have a hot toddy.
Oh, what's that?
Oh my God. We'll make you hot toddy sometime.
Really?
Okay, bye.
Bye. Love you.